guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. So funny story, this video was actually supposed to be the best and worst spring releases of 2018. However, I was writing my list and then I noticed my worst list just growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and my best list was at a stagnant point. Like, I had 2 things down and I just kept adding to the worst list. Like, I'm not sure who spit in my cornflakes this morning, but your girl was ruthless in this list, I guess. Anyways, the last video I posted was me talking and just giving my opinions on the makeup community and the beauty releases and things like that. And you guys seem to really like it. I got some positive feedback, so here I am with another one. So I'm going to be doing the worst makeup releases of spring 2018. If you would like to see the best releases of spring 2018, this is all my opinion, by the way. If you would like to see my opinion on the best spring releases of 2018, just let me know down below if that'd be something you're interested in. However, let's get into the worst makeup releases. Remember, this is just my opinion. I'm just little old me. What I say does not go. I really haven't tried all of this stuff, so I don't, I definitely could not know what I'm talking about. And a lot of these were just releases that didn't interest me. Doesn't mean it's bad. It could work out for you and you are interested in it. So, like, don't get butthurt. I'm just talking. Okay. Alright, so the first one is something that I have tried and I haven't talked about it on my channel yet, and I wanted to, and it is the Natasha De Nona Mini Sunset Palette. This little guy was what, $25, and I was so excited for this because I was like, wow, this is the perfect opportunity for people who want to try her formula out. Well, let me tell you, I picked it up. I do have the original full-size Sunset, and I just kind of wanted to compare the two. First of all, these colors are not original at all, but I knew that buying it. But you guys, the quality of this kind of is doo-doo. Okay, well, the mattes are pretty good, but these shimmers, like, they're flaky and they are not up to Natasha De Nona's standard. I'm telling you guys, I have Natasha De Nona palettes. I really like her formula, but there was something about these shadows, these shimmer shades, they just weren't good. They didn't pack a punch on my lid like all of her shimmers do. They were a little bit flaky. This is a bad release for the spring, just because it's Natasha De Nona and my expectations were really high and I was really let down by this little guy. So let me know if you have the same problems or if it was just me. Okay, so next I touched on this collection in my last video when I was talking about products you bought just for the packaging, and it is the Tarte Mermaid collection. I personally just found this release to be a yawn just because we've seen releases like this from Tarte before and from every other brand from last year. I'm just bored of it. I think it was a release to get something out and to take our money. I feel like there was really no thought put into this collection and it was just a bad release. I felt no interest in it at all. I mean, the mermaid palette was kind of pretty, but I'd seen it come out last year. I just wasn't into it. And the same goes for the Too Faced Unicorn collection. Same thing to me as the Tarte collection. It's just like, it was cute last year, but it's not cute anymore. I don't want to spend my money on this not well thought out collection that is going to go out of style with colors that I'll never use. I'm just not into it. Alright, so this guy I did a review on and I ended up returning it, and it was the NARS Danger Control Wanted eyeshadow palette, and I definitely am not the only one that feels this way because it went on sale for 50% off on Sephora because nobody was buying it. So this was like a little highlighting eyeshadow palette, and the quality of this kind of sucked. It wouldn't stick to my eyelids. The colors were just not very good. It wasn't a very good color selection. It just was not worth the money at all. I honestly don't even think it's worth the 50% off, so I would save your money if you're looking into that. That was one of the earlier spring releases and I picked it up as soon as it came out, and I was highly disappointed in it. It definitely was a worse release for me. Like, it's NARS. NARS usually is better than that. Okay, now this one I haven't tried, so feel free to argue with me on this one, but the Urban Decay Black Top palette. Something about that just does not appeal to me at all. It's a very mauvey pinky toned palette, and I really like pinky palettes and things like that, and I love blushes, but it didn't speak to me. I felt like it was something that would just sit in my collection. I can't speak for the quality. I haven't even touched it, but it's blushes, and so many blush palettes came out this year, like NARS, which I did a review on those, and the Too Faced Natural face palette. That one looks really nice, and I don't know, I just don't like the packaging of it. It doesn't appeal to me. If you're into those pinky tones, I know Makeup Revolution, they have a $7 palette with those pinky tones, and there's more color options, and I just wasn't into that release, honestly. I just felt like it was thrown out there by Urban Decay, and yeah, some people like it though. Like I said, what I say doesn't go. Next, I want to touch on the Kylie Storm collection. I know it wasn't like a spring collection, it was for her daughter, but none of the colors were very springy to me except for that little pastel palette, and I just felt like it was a random assortment of colors unrelating to spring and the palette and the collection. It didn't interest me. And usually Kylie gets me with her collections. Like, I'm not shit talking the brand. Like, Kylie's collections, I always want to buy them. They're so cute. But this one just didn't speak to me at all, and I was very disappointed because it was her first like collection release in a while, and yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that collection. So I can't wait to see her new collections though. Alright, this next one, it's weird that I'm talking about it, but I want to talk about it. It is the Halo Beauty Pills. Now if you don't know, a very popular YouTuber, Totti, she came out with her own brand and she announced it. She did a whole video on how she was coming out with a brand, and everybody thought for sure that it was going to be a makeup brand just because she is a makeup reviewer. And the way she did it was she didn't say what she was releasing. She was just saying, hey guys, I have a company. And then one day she said, oh, by the way, it's not makeup, it's pills. Like, I don't want to talk bad on these pills, though I'm not a big pill believer and that it'll actually work. But it was definitely one of the most disappointing releases of spring because I was so excited for if she was coming out with a makeup brand because she knows her stuff about makeup, and they were pills, and they were very expensive pills. So I just want to touch on that because I was pretty disappointed in that one. Oh, we have another Urban Decay product, the Urban Decay Naked Petite Palette. Now, I don't necessarily think this is a terrible release, but for someone like me who bought the Naked palette and loved it, I was just kind of like, dang, that's a dumb thing to release, because so many people bought the regular full-size Naked Heat palette, and the Naked Petite palette is literally got the same colors that are in the big one. So I felt like they could have added what was missing from the big one to make the petite fit better with the big one, because I felt like a gold eyeshadow would have worked lovely with that. Maybe played a little bit more with the plum tones. I just, like, if you have the big palette, you don't really need the petite palette at all, and I just thought it was kind of dumb that they released that. I'm sure the quality of it's good, and if you didn't buy the big one, I'm pretty sure you would like the petite one, and it's cute and small and you can take it places. But it just was like, dang. Like, they could have done something with that, I feel like. They could have really built on the big one, because the big one, the looks you get are kind of the same. So I feel like they could have added to the petite palette colors that weren't in the big one so that you can have a whole different variety of looks. Okay, and the last one that I'm talking about is another collection, and it is from Wet n Wild, and it is their Gothographic collection. Again, like the Kylie one, it just wasn't very springy to me, and I just thought it looked very cheap. I mean, it is cheap, but like, I just didn't like the way it looked. I heard the highlighters in there were good, so maybe you want to check those out. But I felt like it was an ugly collection. It just didn't appeal to me at all, and with it being spring, brands can come out with like the coolest and cutest stuff, and Wet n Wild just kind of let me down with that. It would have been more appropriate for them to come out with a collection maybe in Halloween time, in the fall. But yeah, I was pretty uninterested in that collection, and like, I haven't heard too many people talk about it, to be honest. Probably because they feel the same way that I do. I was just kind of bored by that release. Alright, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. I didn't make this video to be mean or to be harsh. These were just releases that either A, I wasn't interested in, or B, actually kind of sucked. But like, this kind of sucked. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you would like to see what I think the best releases of spring 2018 are, just let me know. If not, let me know too. I don't know if you guys like these kind of videos, just because I usually do tutorials and reviews. So remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.